Welcome to the Witty and Gritty podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Collier. Today on the Witty and Gritty podcast, this is episode 295. We are in our Summer Thrive Guide mini-series, and it has been quite fun so far. It's been fun to come up with the ideas. It's been fun recording. I've laughed along the way, and also normal voice is back. So if you are wondering what in the world, go back one episode and you can hear all the craziness that was last week. All right, families come in all shapes and sizes, but the great thing is that God put our families together on purpose for a purpose. Everything we can do can be channeled into kingdom work, so raising children in a godly home is included in this. There's one thing you need to know about our family. We are all about loving well and playing big, and also probably being very loud. That's why I'm giving you 3 fun ways to bond as a family. These family fun night ideas are great for any season, rain or shine. Love comes first. Before we dive into our 3 family fun night ideas, let's address the most important thing: love. One of the best things we can do for our kids is to love them well. Thank you, Jesus, for giving us the example of perfect love. In Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he writes about what love looks like. Hint, love is an action word. When we put love into action that points back to Christ, we are loving others well. Here's the verse, and think about what love can look like in your family. This is from 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Now that you've read it through once, do it again, but instead of saying the word love, replace it with your name. You may cringe in some places like I do when I do this exercise, but let that be a gentle reminder to us of an area where we can put in some growth work. I know after a rough day, I am not always patient and kind. It is a reminder to me that when we begin our family fun nights, I need to check myself in the patience and kind realm. Pro tip: read or say this verse from 1 Corinthians either to yourself or as a family prior to beginning your night together. If you read it as a family, it's a wonderful way to speak life into each other. It sets good ground rules, and you read scripture as a family. Wins all around. The build-up. Anticipation is half the fun. An easy way to hype up these family fun night ideas is to get excited. It costs $0 to pump up that energy with your kids and your spouse. In our house, when we look ahead on the calendar, we set a date. It goes on our magnetic kitchen fridge calendar, and the countdown begins. It's the little things in life, and again, for free, you can set a date and begin a countdown. You can even spruce it up with a paper chain countdown. Remember those from elementary school? I always grew up with a paper chain countdown for Christmas and then one for summer kickoff. Nostalgic win for you, plus a fun way to build up the excitement for the kids. Bonus, the paper chain answers the infamous question, how many days left? Just point to the countdown chain, and the kids get counting practice while they're at it. Looky there. If you are looking to make a paper chain or get a magnetic calendar, I've got all that linked, so just click the show notes, and then it's all there for you. The build-up process is twofold. 1, it gets the kids excited, which makes everything more magical. 2, it helps you, the parent, get your mind right. You may not be the parent that absolutely loves family fun night ideas, but you know that building loving memories as a crew is good for all parties involved. The build-up ensures that you're in the right headspace when the time approaches. Forgetting about the family fun night is also terrible, especially because the kids will not forget, so you might as well get your head right. We've addressed the beginning with love and the building up event, so now it's time for the 3 family fun night ideas. There are a ton of great suggestions out there. Just check out Pinterest. But here are the top 3 we use in our house that are crowd favorites. Remember, take it, tweak it to your household, and have fun loving each other well and making lasting core memories. Idea number 1, movie night. Who doesn't love a good movie night? The great news about this family fun night idea is that you can host it in different parts of your house for a simple switch-up. Try out different spaces in your house if you have them, and over time, y'all will find your favorite spot. Trust me. Now for the $1,000,000 question. What movie should you watch? Hint, deciding this before the day of your movie night will make the build-up more fun and the customizing more fun. More on that in a bit. You can rotate through classics you all enjoy or watch a new movie. In our house, we've currently been in a nostalgic phase, so our kids have recently seen shows like Homeward Bound, Ferngully, Mighty Ducks, Hook. It's been fun quoting movie lines at each other, and nothing sounds more encouraging than a loud bangarang Rufio now and again. If we're going to watch a movie that Morgan nor I have been able to see beforehand, I like to check it out on my favorite Christian movie review site. It's called Plugged In, and we'll link it. It breaks down the entire movie and gives very specific examples of what we can all be exposed to if we watched any given show. If we choose to move forward and watch, it gives us the time ahead of movie night to have conversations and address any potential issues. This makes it so much easier than pausing along the way to explain things, or worse, never addressing topics that need to be discussed. The streaming services out there take away most of the headache because they're so good at categorizing. Just hop over to your favorite service and search as a family. If you're wanting to streamline this step further, you and your spouse can choose a few movies, play the previews for the kids, and let them agree. We've frequently used the phrase, "You must come to a consensus." We've also taken turns, picked our top 3, or even had a marathon. This can look a million different ways, so do what you like best, or switch it up. For example, Morgan and I have pre-selected 5 movies, and each kid ranks them in order of what they want to watch. Odds are they'll likely get to watch one of their top 3 choices. If you're looking for a marathon, there have been times we've back-to-backed all the High School Musical movies together. The kids have a blast getting to stay up later than usual. Again, summertime, don't have to have a strict bedtime if you don't want to. You can also go with what's seasonal. There are plenty of fun summer movies that all ages can enjoy. We've done fun beach summer kickoff before and watched Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, and Moana. If it's an Olympic year, hello Olympics, bust out all the motivational sports movies. Miracle on Ice gets me every time. We've also recently had soccer playoffs, so we had the Big Green on repeat. You can even do a Christmas in July theme. This can be as creative as you want it. Customize your movie night. Now that you've selected your movie, it's time to have fun customizing the experience. You can go all out or just keep it simple. We do a mix of both depending on the situation and the season. This is meant to be family fun night ideas, so if you burn out with going big, tone it back a bit so you can enjoy the moment too. The simple version of this: pick up some Chick-fil-A on the way home, put the movie on, and enjoy the meal together while the movie begins. As you finish, make your way to the couch and watch the rest of the show. When your kids look back on the memories, they'll remember being together for the movie night and feeling the love. Mission accomplished. Or the all-out version. Here's an example of a recent movie night. A couple of days ahead of time, we selected Angels in the Outfield. I told you we were on a throwback phase. We talked baseball all week. We answered all the questions about the Angels. Do we really see them? Do they like baseball? Is Christopher Lloyd an angel in real life? Thanks to Plugged In, that website that I was telling you about, we knew that we were going to hit some tough topics too, namely the foster system. It gave us the chance to address all those questions and point back to our loving Father God who never leaves us. When the night for the movie came, we had peanuts, Cracker Jacks, caramel popcorn, pizza, and grabbed the kids' favorite flavor of Gatorade. I have a friend whose daughter recently finished the Harry Potter books, so they had a huge movie marathon. The mom decorated, had themed cookies and cute trinkets to go along with it. I jokingly, not jokingly, invited myself. Relax, I didn't go. But I definitely asked for a play-by-play and pictures. It was awesome. How we typically kick off our movie nights. It's movie night time. We just finished eating dinner, so now it's time to get our theater set up. And by theater, I mean the couch and the floor. We put a ton of pillows and blankets down to make a pallet. Then the kids head to their room, change into their jammies. While they're doing that, I put a couple of our oversized blankets into the dryer to get them all toasty. Trail mix time. Once the kids are done changing, we head to the pantry to start bringing out all the things we need to make trail mix. We're talking variety popcorn, candy, chocolate chips, pretzels, you name it. Because anything can go in trail mix, right? That's our rule anyway. We get our own bowl, we add in all the things we want to make our perfect trail mix combination. By the time we've overfilled our bowls, the dryer goes off. Then we all rejoice because warm, cuddly blankets and snacks is the best movie night combination. The movie plays, we eat our trail mix, and then we press pause if we need snack or drink refills, or if someone needs to run to the potty. I love movie nights. It makes me want to go have one right now. I hope you love this first of 3 family fun night ideas as much as I do. These movie nights are perfect for when you've had a busy week and need to get off of your feet. It's a way to be together without pouring out a ton of energy. I just love everything about a movie night. Idea number 2, game night. Ready for an energy boost after our cuddly and cozy movie night? Great! Another household favorite of ours when it comes to family fun night ideas is game night. We love games. Really love them. We're a little competitive. If we could play games every night, we would. Game nights are a great way to teach that competitive fire. Shout out 1 Corinthians 9:24. It's also great for teaching good sportsmanship. Back to the love, not being boastful or rude. Now for the $1 million question. What games should we play? That's a great question, and there are a million right answers to go along with this. This is family game night, so ideally you want something that everyone enjoys or enjoys being on the team of a parent. For example, if Uno or Go Fish is too advanced, let the toddler be on your team and play the cards for you. Hint, this is the part where you teach as you go. We need to play a yellow or a 7. Do we have a yellow or a 7? We have 3 cards with the number 4. Who do you want to ask to see if they have any 4s? Love is patient and kind. Remember, the only way the kids are ever going to be able to play on their own is if we teach them. Games that we love. We're just now creeping into more strategy and in-depth games, so this is very exciting for us. But for starters, any basic game is good. Card games include Uno, Go Fish, Memory, Battle, Slapjack. We also love games that help move your body, like Hungry Hungry Hippo, Connect 4. A family favorite is also charades. Charades is such an amazing game for all ages, and it helps develop young brains. Rhett has been playing charades since about age 2, and he has proven to be the most hilarious actor in the family. These are classics that are in constant rotation in our house. For the next level up, look into games with basic strategy, like Guess Who? Guess Who is great for learning how to ask good questions. Operation and Jenga are wonderful for those fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination. Think low-level strategy and check age-appropriate levels on the boxes. Those are just suggestions for typical age ranges. You'll be surprised when your kids catch on, and it'll be exciting for everyone. Woohoo! Mid-level strategy games are here. The great news is that some of your favorite board games have a kid version. If you have a game you love, go see if it has a junior version. It gives kid-friendly situations and levels up smoothly when they're ready to advance. Ticket to Ride is a favorite of ours, so the kid version is definitely going to be a future Christmas present. I'm also obsessed with Clue. When I discovered Junior Detective, I definitely did a happy dance as I went through the checkout line. How we kick off our family game night ideas. Just like with our first of 3 family fun night ideas, we set a date and start a countdown. We build up the excitement and keep 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 in mind. As a matter of fact, let's read that again just in case we forgot how we're supposed to act during some friendly competition. And this is me talking to myself, so I'm going to read it again for me. And also maybe for you if you need it. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. That's 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. We typically play each kid's game. We rotate each time whose games we start with, and we call it an evening. They'll have the countdown time to think about what they want to play and change their mind a few times in between then and when it's actually time to play their games. The great news is that we'll have another game night again, so if they have a couple of favorites, they'll get to do one next time. Sloan is really loving Junior Detective right now, and since it's a lot like Clue, I love it too. Rhett joins in with one of the adults to be on the team. Our girls are reading now, so it gives them a chance to read and understand all the clues and hints. Man, games are so good for brains. Scout has been loving card games lately. Depending on our mood, we may play Go Fish or get a really intense game of Battle going. She's super competitive, so giving her the choice in game is something she really values. Rhett, if you were here for episode 293 on how to load the car for a trip, then you know that boy loves his ranchy toys. So he has invented a game of his own. It's called Zoo. Each kid plays a different role every time we play this, so we just go with it. Morgan and I play the same roles every time per Rhett's instructions. I play the role of mommy and I visit the zoo. If one of the girls chooses to be my kid, I'm taking them to the zoo. If the girls are not playing the role of kid, they join Rhett as the animals. Morgan plays the role of the zookeeper/tour guide, and he only speaks with an Australian accent. It cracks me up, and I'm always so impressed with his ability to stay in character. Man, if he was an actor, he would definitely be a method actor. Now, when you play zoo, the mommy and potentially kids meet the zookeeper/tour guide, and he takes us throughout the zoo. As we walk through the entire house, the zookeeper shows us all the different animals. Now remember, Rhett and potentially the girls are playing the role of all the animals, so they sprint from room to room, and when we get there, they start acting. Sometimes Morgan chooses the animals, and sometimes Rhett does, but there's always a couple of moments when a dangerous animal escapes, and we all play along. It's equal parts hilarious and creative, and it always makes us laugh. Game night is one of our absolute favorite family fun night ideas. This makes me want to go plan one right now. I love that as we're making memories with our children, it could be one day passed down to our grandchildren. I grew up playing games, and now it's a full circle moment when we go to my parents' house and we bust out the cards, dice, or board games and play. Idea number 3, Fortnite. No, not the video game, but the actual building of forts. I could spend all day talking about how much I love forts of all kinds. When I was in elementary school, my dad and I designed and built a tree fort over spring break. With the help of my dad, uncles, grandpa, and cousins, this amazing tree fort came to life and everyone loved it. We have since moved, but that thing was still going strong almost 2 decades later. Today, we're not talking about outside forts, but we're addressing forts that anyone can make. If you have blankets, chairs, and some creativity, you can make a fort come to life in a matter of minutes. When you make a fort as a family, you have a chance to bond in imagination and work as a team to accomplish a common goal. Now that's excellent soft skill building right there. Now for the million-dollar question. Where are you going to build this thing? This depends on how long you'd like to keep up the fort. We tend to make single-day forts in the living room, but we do have the occasional, takes up most of the room fort, that stays up for an extended period of time. We're currently on week 3 of a massive fort construction that's located in the game room. It's nothing short of magical, and the kids play in it every day. But first, let's reflect on our verse for this episode so we can see where our focus needs to be. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Again, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Man, the part that sticks out to me, love doesn't demand its own way. If we're loving well, we hear out all the ideas, see if they're solid in the engineering process, and go from there. There are multiple opinions going into this project, so it's important to hear everyone out. See what tweaks need to be made, and operate under the, if we can make it work, let's give it a try motto. Love is not irritable and keeps no record of wrong. Whew, this is a hard one. Perfect mindset for this third of our family fun night ideas. Making forts takes all hands on deck and lots of teamwork. If that chip clip fails to hold 3 big blankets, we can't sit and pout. We need to fix the roof so the imaginary rain doesn't come into the house. Or how about a skylight so we can see the imaginary meteor shower? When we get irritable in Fortnite and keep record of failed engineering, which will likely happen, it takes the fun out of it. Love well through this. These minds need to learn to fail forward with a team rooting for them. Elements of a good fort. I'm glad you asked. Now that we have the ground rules for this family fun night idea, let's talk about optimal fort making. There are a ton of fun fort tools out there, but let's keep it simple for today. I'll link all the things, so if you want to go big on your forts with beyond the basics, it'll be there for you in the show notes. For now, let's use what we probably already have in our house. You may already have baby muslin swaddle blankets, so put them to use. Looking back, I wish I would have kept more of these because they are so good for forts. They are so lightweight. And they're kind of stretchy too. These are likely to already be in your pantry, so let's put them to Fortnite use. Magnetic chip clips. They come in a 16-pack, and it's perfect for Fortnite, plus also for your chips. It makes a lot of sense. The more chip clips means the more blanket opportunities. And then, this has been so awesome to have. We have cute pop-up tents that have lasted us for years. We have the cute ice cream truck one that we have featured on the show notes, but we also have a fire truck, a school bus, and a police car. My kids have loved them for years, and they are an easy way to just enhance the fort. If you have the small baby version of the muslin blankets, did you know that they make adult ones? What? These are going to be perfect for roofs. Plus, they're a great summertime blanket if you're a person who likes a blanket but doesn't want to get hot. So yay, again, multiple uses. And then on the list of things I wish I would have bought sooner, these are work clamps. Sure, they're great for all your crafting and woodworking needs, but they are a game changer when it comes to forts. They have a wider grip than the chip clips do, so they're perfect for the chairs with a wider backrest. Listen, I definitely bought these for fort use only. I do not do woodworking. What? I don't need these clips other than when I'm building forts. And then, if you're wanting a more sturdy tent, there is a fort building kit. It comes in a lot of pieces, so if you're not a lot of pieces person, don't get this. But if you want to have some unlimited architectural design and a way to keep your fort from falling over, these kits are going to be right up your alley. They even have a glow-in-the-dark one because who doesn't love that? Scavenger hunt time. Once you've decided on building a fort, I always like to turn it into a scavenger hunt of gathering and organizing supplies. We've got 3 kids in our crew, so we start by blurting out the basic supplies so the kids can start grabbing them and taking them to our fort spot. Again, think about how long you're going to keep the fort alive. For a day, most anywhere in your house would be great. If it's staying up for more than 24 hours, I'd recommend a room that is out of your high traffic areas. How will we kick off fort night? Just like with our other family fun night ideas, we set a date and build up the hype. We choose our location ahead of time, as well as tell our kids how long the fort's going to stay up. Hint, it's easier to be the giver of more time with the fort than taking time away. For example, if you're building a fort in a low traffic area, but want it picked up by the weekend, tell them that. If and when you decide to let them keep it up for the weekend, you're the giver of time and the fort hero. Another hint, don't take fort time away. If you said it would be up for 3 days, don't make it 2. This is a whole other podcast episode, so just trust me on this one. It's family fort time. We start naming all the things we need and the kids start bringing them to the construction site. While they're doing this, I begin a structural foundation. I build out corners at a time and fill in the middle gaps along the way. The current fort we've got 4 bar stools and 4 dining chairs. I have 2 tall chairs as the back 2 corners and 2 tall chairs side to side in the front middle. So think like a tall triangle. I have the 4 dining height chairs. 2 are the front 2 corners and the other 2 are on either side between the tall and the dining height chairs. So it goes from the back to the front, tall, short. There you go. There are limitless ways to build a fort. This is just what we have at this time. I also don't like to build the same fort twice, but that's just me. The 4 pop-up tents we have are placed as rooms for the kids, and then the blankets are all on top of that thing. So there you have it, the 3 family fun night ideas with the foundation of love and building up that hype. So if you love movie night, game night, or Fortnite, or want to try out those 3 ideas, they will be perfect for summer. Remember, love well through this. It is hard on some days, and some days we fail at it, but good thing there's always next time. You got 3 ideas to roll with. Make sure you tune in next week. That concludes episode 295 of the Witty and Gritty podcast, our Summer Thrive Guide mini-series, and that featured family fun night ideas. Tune in next week.